Hello, hello!
Hello!
Welcome to today's live English lesson here in our wonderful YouTube community in the Speak English with Vanessa YouTube channel. I'm Vanessa, and I'm here with my husband, Dan.
Hello, everybody.
And we're going to be talking about a really important topic today that everyone encounters in life. So I hope that you'll be able to expand your vocabulary skills, but also test your listening skills because Dan and I are both native English speakers. And I hope that the way that we talk together is understandable, but also a little bit challenging. So make sure you take notes and try to remember some of the expressions that we talked about and write some notes in the comments or in the chat so that you can use them as we're talking. Okay, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do this.
I have a question for you, Dan.
Yes, what?
I want to know, when was a time that you had to get out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, okay, we're going to talk about getting out of your comfort zone. One might say I'm getting out of my comfort zone right now.
Yeah.
Maybe, because, it's very comfortable to just, I don't know, sit on the couch and watch some videos on YouTube. Hey, some of you might be doing that now. But sometimes it makes me a little nervous to speak publicly to people. So it's getting out of my comfort zone to talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I would say probably the most intense example in our life was when we taught in South Korea. We taught English in South Korea, and we really got out of our comfort zone there. One day we were in America, then we took an airplane, and then the next day we were teaching English. So that was not very comfortable.
And you had never taught English before, right?
Yeah, no. So that was a completely new experience for me. I'd never been a teacher before. Nothing. It was just completely new. So one could say I really just gave it a shot as well.
Oh, you gave it a shot. This is an idiom that I'd like to talk about. So thank you for mentioning it, Dan. And what does it mean to give it a shot? Dan gave teaching a shot. He just gave it a shot.
Yeah, so that means you're going to try and just try your best.
Yeah.
Now, to me, this sounds a little more risky to give something a shot. So maybe you'll actually fail. So
the kids could laugh at you.
Right.
Or you just start to cry because you're so scared.
Yeah, basically, it just means you're going to try, and you're going to try really hard.
Yeah. So I think this is a great idiom that you can use when you're trying to give yourself courage to speak with someone else. When you want to speak with someone in English, you need to get outside your comfort zone. Dan's examples have been perfect for that. Doing something that's a little bit different, maybe a little bit more difficult or risky than what you usually do.
It makes you nervous.
Yes,
yeah.
It makes you nervous. So when you're sitting on the couch watching this lesson, you probably don't feel your heart pounding. But maybe right now, Dan's heart is pounding because he's getting out of his comfort zone. I make lessons and videos a lot. I still feel a little bit nervous each time, but maybe for Dan, he's getting out of his comfort zone more to do this type of lesson.
Yeah.
But when he or we both went to do something new and try something completely different, we gave it a shot.
Yeah.
This means we're just trying it. Maybe we'll succeed, maybe we'll fail. So I want to know for you, when was a time that you gave something a shot, that you just tried it? There was some risk involved, but you just tried it.
Yeah, and I would say we use give it a shot for maybe smaller things too. Like if you want to try a new food, you're just going to give it a shot, which means maybe it's sushi. Do you like sushi? I don't know. But maybe you're uncertain about sushi. Maybe you're a little scared. But you say, I'm going to give it a shot. So you just try a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a whole new life experience like moving to a new country. It could just be something new, like trying a new food. Or maybe if you haven't been on a date in a long time and you decide to go on a date with someone and you feel pretty nervous about it, you could say, okay, I'm just going to give it a shot. This full expression sticks together. I'm just going to give it a shot and see what happens. Maybe they're a wonderful person. Maybe I am really annoyed and bored after 3 minutes, but I'm just going to give it a shot and try it.
Hey, when was the last time you gave something a shot?
Well, I give stuff a shot a lot, especially by teaching English. I'm always trying new things, trying out new different types of technology, new different ways to create lessons for you. But there's one time in the past that I can think about giving something a shot. And that was when I was living in France, the first week that I was in France, I needed to do some official paperwork and I didn't know hardly any French. This was my first week there. So I was really lost, but I had to go to these government offices and fill out this paperwork. First, I needed to find the office. Then I needed to communicate with the officials at the office. And then I needed to answer their questions and fill out the forms. There was a lot of things that were outside my comfort zone. And I just said, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try this. I don't have any French-speaking friends to help me, so I'm all alone. I have to do this. And do you know what? At the end of that day, it was a long day. There were a lot of mistakes that I made, but at the end of the day, I felt so good. It was amazing because I had eventually succeeded. I gave it a shot and I found the office. I talked to them. I filled out the forms. And maybe for you, if you do something outside your comfort zone, you have that same experience that there's a lot of mistakes along the way. But in the end, if you speak to someone else in English and at the end of the conversation, you have this feeling of, I did it. I gave it a shot. It feels really good.
It does, yeah. Unless it goes wrong.
Unless it goes wrong.
Have you ever given something a shot and it went wrong?
Yes, but I want to hear your story about this because I know it's quite interesting.
I've definitely, one time I tried to prepare for a speech in college, but I didn't practice enough. And so I thought to myself, oh, I'll just give it a shot, right? I'll just make the speech and
bad idea.
Maybe I'll remember everything I need to. And I forgot everything. It was really bad. I stood up there and I had my paper and I went like this. I don't remember. And I had to leave the room. It was really embarrassing. I gave it a shot, but I failed.
Yeah. So what happened after that? Did you pick yourself up and continue after that? What happened after you failed in that speech?
That day, the same day?
Oh, after that in general.
In general, well, the next time I practiced a lot more. So I learned something about this.
Yeah.
And I practiced for my next speech probably 10 days in advance. And I was really prepared and I made a really good speech and I got an A+ on my next one.
Great job, Dan. As you were telling that story about sometime you gave it a shot and it didn't go well, I was thinking about one of the first times that I ever interviewed another English teacher for my YouTube channel. If you go back a long time ago in my YouTube channel, I interviewed some other YouTube English teachers. And one of the first interviews that I did like this, I'd never used that technology to record an interview before. So the technology was kind of new for me. And I thought, okay, I downloaded the technology. I think I can do it. I'll just give it a shot. But do you know what happened? I recorded the whole interview with only the audio. There was no video. So I felt so embarrassed and I felt so bad because he said, you know what, let's just redo the interview. Let's do it again and it'll be fine. So he was very forgiving and kind, thankfully. But for me, I gave it a shot and it was pretty embarrassing.
She messed up.
Yeah, we have a great comment here from Vincent. Oh, Vincent, thank you for using the super chat and sharing money with us. Wow, you're awesome.
Go, Vincent.
He said, the last time I gave it a shot was when I had to present a lecture about Chinese herb therapy. I don't know if I should have used a present or shown a lecture. Oh, so maybe here you weren't sure if you should have physically shown something or given a lecture. When I had to present a lecture. Oh, or show a lecture. Present a lecture is the best expression.
Yes.
To present a lecture about Chinese herb therapy. Just to let you know, when we use this expression, we always use it in the middle, or we can use that thing that's getting out of your comfort zone. So let me give you a quick grammatical example. For Vincent's sentence, he said, the last time I gave it a shot was when I presented a lecture. Or he could say, I gave the lecture a shot. The word it is referring to the lecture. So you could put lecture in the middle of this idiom, or you could simply put it. No problem.
Yeah.
So we've got two different grammatical structures for this.
Yeah, we don't just say give a shot. If you say that, then you're giving maybe a shot of whiskey.
Oh, or a gun.
Or maybe a medicine.
Okay, getting a
Yeah.
shot. So there's other ways that we could use this, but we need to say give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, great way to use it.
Is there any other expression that kind of is talking about getting out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, so I want to ask you another question, Dan. When you were teaching in Korea, did you feel like you were prepared for it, or did they just throw you in?
Ah, yes. I would say I was thrown in. They threw me in.
Did they actually take your body and throw you into the classroom?
No, so it doesn't literally mean they picked me up and
No.
threw me into the classroom. No, it means that I wasn't really prepared, but they expected me to teach, right? So I didn't get a lot of preparation or training. Like
1 or 2 days of training. Kind of, we shadowed the other teachers, but
very, very little training.
Yeah.
So that would mean you're thrown in. And we use this a lot for jobs, right? The best way to learn this job is to be thrown in. Some people might say that to you.
Yeah, I kind of feel like in some ways teaching is like that. You need to, every job, you need to learn as you go. You need to learn with experience. So you might say, for Dan, he was thrown in on the first day. This is a beautiful phrasal verb that means you were expected to do something that was outside your comfort zone, probably without training, without too much training or much training. And I think for me, it was the same situation when I was a teacher before that. Before we moved to Korea, I was an English teacher in the US for middle school and high school American kids. So I wasn't teaching English as a second language. I was teaching American kids about grammar and Shakespeare and essay skills, these types of things that you learn in language class. But I had no idea what I was doing. I was a complete newbie. I had no idea about this type of teaching style. So on my first day in the classroom, there was zero training, no training. I was completely thrown in to the classroom. So here we can imagine that I'm standing in front of the students. Thankfully, I tried to be really prepared, but nobody helped me to prepare.
She prepared herself. It wasn't like training, and that would still be throwing you in.
Yes. So I'm curious for you, have you ever experienced a time when you were thrown into a new experience, thrown into a new job, or maybe you are sitting at your desk and your boss says, oh, the American branch, some of the employees from the American branch are visiting us today. Can you take them to lunch?
Go give them a tour.
Yes. And you immediately have to speak in English with them, take them to lunch, show them around the city. You have no training, no preparation. You were thrown in to that situation.
Yeah. In that situation, you may even use the really strong term, they threw me to the wolves.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah. If you're thrown to the wolves, just imagine being put in front of angry and hungry wolves. It's really scary. So that means your boss or somebody put you in or threw you in a situation that you were not ready for, and you took a lot. Maybe you got really scared or had a lot of pain, or you failed. Yeah. You'd say they threw me to the wolves.
They threw me to the wolves. So if you have a first day at your new job, you could tell your boss this as kind of a suggestion or a request. You could say, I would like to have some training for a few days, so please don't throw me to the wolves. Or at my last job, they threw me to the wolves, so I appreciate that you're training me. You're kind of showing that before it was a really scary experience, but you're grateful that they're not throwing you in, they're giving you some training. I think everyone's experienced this in some way. But for English, it is very important to get out of your comfort zone. Just give it a shot. If you get an opportunity to speak English, give it a shot. Just do it. Don't think about it. Don't worry about the failure. Just think about the opportunity, being able to do it. And maybe you haven't practiced. You just need to throw yourself in and do that.
Somebody doesn't have to throw you in. You can throw yourself in.
Yes.
Right? I just need to throw myself into this work. Just go at it.
Yes, I need to really just do it myself. So if you enjoyed talking about getting out of your comfort zone and this idiom, give it a shot, and the phrasal verb to throw yourself in, Dan and I are talking about this topic, getting out of your comfort zone, during our course, the Fearless Fluency Club, this month in the month of May, doing something that's a little bit risky, doing something that maybe takes a little bit of challenge for you.
Courage, maybe.
Yes, some courage. We're talking with our friend Mike, who did this. He really took an opportunity that was outside his comfort zone.
Oh, yes.
And it was quite different than his life. So we talk about his experience getting out of his comfort zone. There's a good chance to learn about this, maybe challenge yourself and expand your vocabulary. What I'd like to do next is I'd like to share my screen with you so that if you would like to continue learning like this with us, you can do that. So let me share my screen with you here really quick. All right. You can see that here we're on the page for the Fearless Fluency Club, which is our monthly English subscription course where you can expand your English, your conversation skills, your vocabulary, your grammar, your pronunciation. If you click on the link in the description, you can go to this page and learn more details about the course. And if you have any questions about it, of course, you can send me an email. If you decide to join this month in the month of May, you'll be able to have access to the course. This is the course for the month of May. We're going to be talking with Mike. Let's take a look at the beginning of this conversation. You'll be able to learn this lesson with Mike about his experience doing something outside of his comfort zone, something that I personally would never do, but he decided to give it a try and do it. It's a good chance to hear native speakers talking together, but you'll also get a chance in the vocabulary lesson to do exactly what we did today, which is learn vocabulary with Dan and I. Here we're going to be talking about all of the great vocabulary. This is a great picture of Dan's face. We're going to be talking about all of the vocabulary from the conversation with Mike. You'll learn some important phrasal verbs with Dan and I, and also with some extra clips, like some clips from movies, some clips from songs, to be able to improve your phrasal verbs, including to throw someone in, the phrasal verb we talked about. And we'll also talk about pronunciation, so you'll be able to step by step practice your pronunciation skills and imitate my pronunciation and imitate Mike's pronunciation in the conversation. All right, we're back. So I want to thank you so much for learning with us and hopefully thinking about getting outside your comfort zone. In the comments below this video, I want to know, when was a time that you had to get out of your comfort zone? Can you use the expressions we talked about? Give it a shot or throw yourself in. Can you use those? Dan used them wonderfully.
I tried.
Yes.
I gave it a shot.
I hope that you can too. And I hope that you will have a wonderful week. If you would like to continue learning English with me, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll get notifications every time we have a new lesson here on the YouTube channel.
We have to show something off.
Oh, I want to show you something before we go.
She's forgetting something.
Yes. Something happened last week that I'd like to share with you. Let's see.
Can we be in this box?
Open this up? Oh boy.
Whoa.
Let's see if I can take it out. It's a little bit tough.
Oh, it's all shiny now.
Oh,
look at that.
Wow.
It's a trophy.
So thank you everyone for 1 million subscribers.
1 million subscribers.
Yes, YouTube has sent us a Speak English with Vanessa 1 million subscriber plaque. So thank you for subscribing, and I appreciate. Cool. YouTube did this. Pretty cool. So thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing this plaque, Dan. And you can see yourself in here.
I know. I was like, computer. Yeah, infinity screen. There we go.
Thank you so much for learning English with us, and I hope you have a wonderful week. We'll see you again next Friday for a new lesson here on our YouTube channel. Bye.
Bye, everyone.